All right. Last box for the evening. Let's see how we do. Please don't be Akira. Like, I've literally started the last 2 boxes. Okay, you could be a showcase Kira. You're not. You're a Ray. But I was like, please don't be a regular Kira. I've had enough of that card for the night. Foil Outpost Constables and a Tarful. I don't even think I had a Tarful. That works out okay. Well, Andrew, this is just television, right? Apple's just funding it. You know what I thought was really enjoyed the other day? I watched Tetris, the Tetris movie on Apple TV, and was like, this was really fun. I don't know how much of it is real and how much of it is made up garbage, but it was fun. All right, we got a Migs. Oh, and a foil rare, an Assault Cruiser. Yes, Xanda. So right now they haven't announced how the special promo sets are going to be available. People were asking about that on the live. They did a release day stream yesterday for this. I don't know, 6 or 8 hours, and people were asking like, "Hey, how are these cards going to be available? You know, are they going to be, you know, first come first serve? One. I mean, it's one per person per event, but it's like, are they going to be? Are you only going to sell 30 a day? Like, what are you going to do?" And they said, "We're not going to announce that right now. We'll announce it as we get closer to the event." And I was like, all right, well, fine. Okay, so there is a Kylo. So what I like about this so far, so you guys remember at the top of the stream I'm saying I got 2 boxes from one location, one local store, and 1 box from another. It looks like I got 3 completely separate boxes in terms of legendary repetitiveness, which I'm a huge fan of because it'll just make it that much easier for me to, or that much less painful for me to chase things. That's actually my second Kylo. I did pull one in a pre-release. Oh, so Deagles, when you say, ooh, so I pulled a Hyperspace Jabba the Hutt, one of the new leaders. He's a rare. I don't even have a regular one yet. Hyperfoil Zuckuss. I have a Hyperfoil Forlom I pulled in one of my pre-releases. That'll look pretty. Those will look pretty together. Second Chance. Another legendary right off the bat. So Xanda, like, I'll ping you. We'll figure it out. Going back to Deagles, I felt like the first edition of Star Trek frankly, was not a very good game. It was not a very good game. The second edition of Star Trek that Decipher put out was an outstanding game, and it's unfortunate because like nobody played it. Regular foil Jabba's Rancor, unrefusable offer, another one of those. Let's see, leader, base, another hyperspace, something or other. Cloud Rider, one of the better commons in the set. Second edition Star Trek CCG was one of those games that it looked good, it played mechanically way better than the original game had ever played. And so, but it was like nobody played it. It was it came out in a very saturated market. Decipher was making the Lord of the Rings game at the time. That was still very big when they put out second edition Trek. There was a lot going on. I mean, I think the World of Warcraft TCG had just come out or was about to come out or something along those lines. Like, there was a ton of stiff competition for that game. And it's a shame because I thought mechanically it was so much better than the original. Yeah, Andrew, it's impossible to like pick up Twitter and not have seen that in the last few hours. I have thought. Oh, excellent. Okay, so that's Maul number 2, one of the better, again, like Wrecker, one of the better regular rares in the set. I pulled one of these in my second pre-release, and hilariously, don't crucify me, I didn't play it. That's the pre-release where I played Bosk. I did something unusual for that pre-release. I did something that I almost kind of wish I had filmed it. I had good enough pulls in that particular pre-release that I probably could have built villain yellow green, and also as well as the villain red yellow that I actually played, because I had a Forlom, I had a Jango Fett, I had a Chrysanthemum, I had pulled Bosk as a leader, I had Hondo Onaka as possible leaders, and I had a Maul. And it was kind of like, oh man, like I ended up playing villain red yellow, but I could have played villain green yellow and probably been okay. So here's that Lando I was talking about. I'll show you guys the art here. Hold on. So like it's that Donald Glover outfit, right? I know the camera's not going to focus very well on it because of how I have it zoomed in, but it's that goofy that cape and everything that he wore in the Solo film. Hyperfoil Zori Bliss. So I have now a regular, a foil, and a hyperfoil. Another tech. Okay, get rid of you. I think until Fantasy Flight figures out their sorting problems with this game, probably one of the best things you can do if you're buying boxes is to buy them in small amounts and spread the love around. Don't go to one place and buy a case. Buy a box or two from one local shop and a box or two from another local, or order a box online or whatever, because it just feels like I've seen too many instances of like, hey, I bought a case, and these guys open the case and they get 3 boxes that are like not only just identical legendaries, but almost identical rares, and that just feels terrible when you like you don't want to see that. My boy Django, double rare pack, a foil Dr. Pershing. Django, one of the better regular rares in the set. I think I now have about 5 of that guy. I even pulled one out of the new weekly play packs, because Django's even one of the cards in there you can get. Excellent. Swoop Down. That's a rare I'm going to need several of because I really like the mechanics on that card. A Hyperspace Street Gang Recruiter. Still love another showcase, but alas, not today. Not that pack anyway. Another Hyperspace base. Let's see what we got in here. Ooh, Hyperspace Jabba's Rancor. Oh, there's another legendary. That's an Evacuate. So I now have 3 out of this box already. We're just barely to the half mark. Ooh, it would be nice if there was an extra in here. I'd love a 4 legendary box. That'd make me so happy. That would make me so happy. I've already pulled 2. There's a goofy double. Oh, there's my first regular Jabba. Good to see that. There's a double yellow legendary event. I think it's called like Final Showdown or something. I've already pulled 2 of those in just pre-releases, and it's like, ugh. Hyperspace Outlaw Corona. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's gonna be big news for definitely a couple of days, like unquestionably. More hyperspaces. We've got Hondo and a base. Foundling. Armed to the teeth. 4 hyperspace cards in this pack. Mystic Reflection for the rare. 4 hyperspace cards. The leader of the base, one of the commons, and one of the uncommons were all hyperspace cards. That's a lot. 4 in 1 pack is a lot. I would have preferred that uncommon to have been a legendary, like that silencer I got earlier. Hyperfoil Reputable Hunter. I'll get it right. It's another stolen land speeder. Nothing else. Nothing else. Legal Authority. Another one of those cards that's going to end up being a dime rare because you get them in the booster. I mean, you get them in the starter decks too. At least this time they're not major characters. I was so kind of ticked they did that with Han. In the Luke starter, one of the rares you can get in the Luke starter is Han Solo himself. Now, Han is an amazing rare. Like, the card mechanically is really strong, but like, he's not worth a whole lot just because of how easy he is to get. Kylo Ren leader. Looking forward to playing this guy. Got one of those already, but I'm not going to turn that down. Cosca Reeves. I need some of those because I am going to build Hero Mando at some point. I think that's the first one of those I've pulled. One of the nice things about only opening a few boxes like this is that I may be able to trade some of my old set 1 stuff that's kind of sitting around gathering dust, because I've got a fair chunk of spare rares and stuff for some new things. We shall see. Hyperspace Gar Saxon. Kira Unit. Foil Rose. Okay. Only got about 6 or 8. Looks like I got about 6 packs left here. Still hoping for that showcase or one extra legendary out of this box. That'd be nice. Hyperfoil Kintan Intimidator. This looks like a Xanadu Blood. It is. Hyperspace New Falcon. That's pretty. Oh man, I like that one. Definitely like that. Yep. Hope Springs Eternal. It was so funny opening that Ray showcase last night, because ordinarily, if you guys watch, well, you guys can't have a hard time seeing it. I'll show you in a minute, right? I'll talk you through what happened last night when I opened this Ray showcase, because looking back on it, it was kind of silly. I thought, why did I do it? It's like I never do that. Why did I do it this one time? Card sleeves? No, there's no card sleeves right now. These are just cards. These are placeholders so that I know if I want to zoom in, if I want to use this view, where to put something so you can see it. They're just placeholders. Okay, so ordinarily, when I open a pack of Unlimited, they're paper, which makes them very easy to open, which I like. But I open it like this, and then I take the leader and I pull it out just a bit so that I can see if it's a showcase or not. This one isn't. This is a boss, because it's a common. And then from there, I'll flip the whole pack over. Last night, though, I went and I walked up to the counter at the store, and I bought 6 packs, right? I walked over and I was like, okay. They were doing limit 6. So I said, just give me 6. So I bought my 6. I walked back to the table. And I sat down across from the guy that I had just finished playing, my buddy Trey. And we were talking. We were engaged in this conversation. And so I didn't even look down. I just opened the pack and I did this, just like I'm looking at in the camera like you. And then I got the pack all the way to here. Oh, hang on. I got the pack all the way to here, and then I looked down. And literally the first thing I said was, son of a bitch. Because there was a showcase staring back at me, and I hadn't even gone through my little ritual of trying to figure out, the peek around the corner method, right? Okay, so we did get an extra legendary in this box. It's a hyperspace legendary. It's another second chance. Not a card. I think that card has a lot of potential. Double blue is just not an aspect I have spent a ton of time looking at. I remember thinking about trying double blue Krennic when the game first came out, and I've just never kind of really gone back to mess with it. Evidence of the crime. Still looking for the pose. So far, no pose and only one dragon makes me very sad, but I've got the playset I need of the enforcers. That basically means that I can build one of the first decks that I really want to build. Stats? Holy crap, stats. Damn, boy. Wow. How you doing? Goodness gracious. Thank you for the shout out. Make sure we get that in. Definitely follow. Of course, if you're coming over from a raid, you should already follow stats. Like, come on. We all know that's a thing. Give in to your anger. All right, we're down to the last pack here, so we're almost done. Cards, that's right, stats. That's right. So I did a box opening for this game back in March. I opened 4 boxes here on stream. New set came out yesterday, Friday here in the States. And I'm opening 3 boxes tonight just to kind of get myself started. I've been working on nope, Sag, no showcase. I've been working on my tournament streaming setup. I did a live stream of a store showdown over nearby here at one of the local stores. Truth be told, I have much bigger ambitions for that. I very much have been looking at how to gear that up, to take that equipment on the road, to load it, what I would need, how to do it, how to transport it so that I can start covering bigger and bigger events all over the country. In theory, all over the world, but realistically, let's start in the U.S., right? The trick is that I've got a little bit of work to do. I've got a non-zero amount of gear to come up with before that happens. So that's kind of poetic. The first rare that we opened tonight was Maz Kanata, and now the last rare that we opened tonight is Maz Kanata. That's a nice bookend to things.